What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So, I just seen The Undertaker's Last Ride Part 4, and what are my overall thoughts on it? I thought it was pretty good. It's one of my favorite episodes I've seen thus far. And let's just say there are a lot of things that I caught, I noticed, just seeing Mark Calloway have fun with the character back in the day. And some of the coolest things I love about this episode is when they talk about Paul Bearer. When it was a 2012 interview where he was talking about the experience he had with Mark Calloway as Undertaker as soon as the two got together and started traveling all over the world and cutting these crazy promos and just all along enjoying each other's company and just having fun with their roles and everything. And that's one of the coolest things I love seeing in a documentary. And then they show clips of Mark traveling all over the world in the 90s, meeting fans, trying to stay in character, broke character, or break character for that matter. And it's one time I seen, I don't know what the lady's name, but she asked him, "Are you married?" And Undertaker was like, "Yeah, I'm married to the creatures of the night." I thought that was pretty funny to see, to hear Mark Calloway say that, though. That was pretty hilarious. So I think we cut to the parts when he talked about the WrestleMania last year when he didn't get the chance to be a part of the event. See, he was kind of like the behind the scenes stuff, just watching him and his wife and his daughter. Speaking of that, they were at WrestleMania backstage showing their daughter Michelle's old women's championship belts, and she was just having fun meeting the superstars, Mark Henry, Vince McMahon, and them. So after WrestleMania, Undertaker put on his wrestling gear, and Elias had a segment saying that the next time anybody interrupts him, it's going to be Undertaker. So the lights go out, the dome comes on, Undertaker comes out, choke slams Elias, and tombstones him. But all of that was just building up to Saudi Arabia against Goldberg. And as for Goldberg, was pretty terrible. Everybody knows it. Everybody talked about this since forever. And I've seen how it looked. It wasn't Undertaker's fault. You know, Goldberg was the one that pretty much messed up everything. And I've seen when Goldberg was trying to go for the jackknife. No, not jackknife, but the jackhammer on Undertaker. And his head hit so hard to the mat, and you could see his neck was going out of color. And that was not a good look on Undertaker's part. And Michelle, she was, noticing how he wasn't really satisfied with the match. He was upset. Goldberg was upset. But from Mark Calloway's reaction, you can tell that he was pretty upset with the result of it. And by reaction of his face, you can tell that he really was like, yo, maybe it's time for me to just hang up the boots and just retire. So after that, they cut to a scene where Mark was like, when he was talking about the fans, social media, about fans being critical of the Undertaker, saying how he shouldn't be wrestling, he should retire, and all that, bull crap. And Mark Calloway just said himself, he says that it's going to be on his time. That's something for him to decide. And when he said that, how many times have I told y'all, how many times have I said this all the time about Undertaker's videos when it comes to these fans, smarks, complaining about him retiring? Well, I'm not retiring. Like, that right there is something that for him to decide. Him to say that, it puts a smile on my face, and it makes me feel happy to be an Undertaker fan, because he knows how we feel about those parents, the smarks, the wrestling community, always crying about him, still wrestling at his age and everything. It's not listen, to me, it's not about his age. It's about passion. And he said all of that all so everybody said that in the documentary about the passion. It's not about the money. You know, it's the dragon. It's about having a passion to the business. And Hunter, well, Triple H said himself that it's not about him being loyal to Vince. It's about him being loyal to the business because he's passionate about wrestling. You know, and that right there is something that the fans need to understand. But it just seems like they're not going to. So I see no point of just trying to get them to stop jumping on Undertaker's back so much. Like, if he chooses to continue to wrestle, let him. If he chooses to retire, let him. I shouldn't have to explain to y'all about just stop acting like you're his doctor. Like, he's a grown man. Mark Holloway is a grown man. That's something for him to decide, you know. And then they cut to a scene where he was getting ready for his Extreme Rules match with Roman Reigns, wrestling against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. The match was pretty good. It was a lot better than Goldberg itself. So Undertaker looked good. Michelle was saying that how he felt good, he looked great, and Mark was like he got everything he wanted out of it. You know, he was pleased with the results. So I think part 5 is going to be the last episode when he talks about the match with AJ Styles, changing his gimmick. And I'm dying to see what that comes about. So my rating for this episode is a 5 out of 5. Like I said, I mean, I can't go wrong about Undertaker. He's one of the GOATs. He's one of the best wrestlers of all time. So you can't get mad at him for continuing to wrestle and not retiring on your time. It's on his time. So you guys gotta come to grips with that. Yeah, man, that's my review of Undertaker Last Ride, Chapter 4. What y'all thoughts on this? Hey, if you've seen it, let me know in the comments down below. And I'm gonna holler at y'all later.